Welcome to Painless Maths. Today, we will go through how to add, subtract, multiply and divide numbers with decimals. Let's start with adding and subtracting decimals. The most important point is that, when adding and subtracting numbers with decimals, line up the decimal points exactly on top of each other. In other words, the digits to the left of the decimal point, like the ones, tens and hundreds, should all line up with each other, and the digits to the right of the decimal point, like the tenths, hundredths, and thousandths, should also be aligned. This is very important, so make sure that you remember this. After you line them up, then you can add or subtract as you normally would and bring the decimal point straight down to the answer. Let me show you with an example. We have 3.52 plus 2.1. First, you need to line up the two numbers at the top and the bottom like this. 3.52 on the top, and put plus sign here. Then, line up 2.1 at the bottom. See how I lined up the decimal points? Also, you should add 0 at the end of 2.1 to line up the hundredths. Okay, now that you have lined them up, you can add each digit as you normally would. Like this. Don't forget to bring down the decimal point to the answer. The answer is 5.62. Now, let's try the subtraction. For example, 3.89 minus 2.61. The steps that you need to follow to solve the subtraction would be exactly the same as addition. First, you should line up the two numbers like this. Don't forget to line up the decimal points exactly on top of each other. After you aligned everything, then you can subtract each digit as you normally would and bring the decimal point straight down. So the answer would be 1.28. It's easy, isn't it? Next, let's look at how to divide numbers with decimals. You can divide decimals easily by simply making them into whole numbers. You can make them into whole numbers by multiplying both numbers by the same power of 10. Because new numbers are proportional to the original numbers, the answer would be the same. Don't worry. You will understand when I go through an example. Here, we have 3.5 divided by 0.05. First, you have to make both numbers into whole numbers. In this example, in order to make both 3.5 and 0.05 into whole numbers, we need to multiply both of them by 100. You may wonder why multiply by 100 and not 10? It is because in order to make 0.05 a whole number, we need to move the decimal point 2 places to the right, which means that we have to multiply it by 100. If we multiply 0.05 by 100, we must also multiply the other number, 3.5 by 100. This is the most important rule in division of decimals. Also, remember, every time you multiply by another power of 10, the decimal moves one more space to the right. So, by multiplying both numbers by 100, it becomes 350 divided by 5. Then, you can calculate this normally and you get 70 for the answer. Okay, next is multiplication. When multiplying decimals, you don't need to line up the decimals. In fact, you don't have to think about the decimal point until the very end. What you need to do is just to follow 2 steps. First, multiply the numbers as if they were whole numbers, meaning just completely ignore the decimal point and treat them as whole numbers. The second step is to add the decimal point. To find where you need to add the decimal point is very easy. Just count the total number of digits to the right of the decimal point in each of the numbers. Let's take a look at an example. Here, we have 2.1 by 3.5. Step 1. Ignore the decimal point and calculate as if they are whole numbers. So, it would be 21 by 35, which equals to 735 as shown on the screen. Step 2. Count the total number of digits to the right of the decimal point in each of the numbers. In this case, like here, you have one decimal place, and here another one decimal place. So, altogether, you have 2 decimal places. Then, add the decimal point in the answer of 735. Like this, first decimal place and second decimal place. So the answer would be 7.35. Now you have learned how to do addition, subtraction, division and multiplication for decimal numbers. Please feel free to watch the video again if you are not sure. Thank you so much for watching. Your next unit will be about percentages. Don't forget to watch that video too. Also, if you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe my YouTube channel for the easiest math tutorials on the planet. Bye for now.